All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Chihayafuru, Season 1, Episode 10. Pain time.
It is going to be a very fun next bit of time here because Arata has texted Taichi to tell Chihaya happy birthday for him. And that's just... Oh, lovely.
As far as ways to get revenge on the kid who bullied you and stole your glasses as a little kid. No, yeah, it's definitely not for revenge. But
no.
But if you were to get revenge on someone.
Yeah, he doesn't know where this is happening or what's happening concurrently. No,
but
this is
goddamn.
This is just a reminder to Taichi that this is a losing battle. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to fight, you better damn fight with all your weapons, putting it all out there.
All's fair in love and war.
And yet, Chihaya could not necessarily care less about any of them right now as far as the context of Karuta and boys.
Karuta and Arata. You know, it's just... even with those super smooth moves you pulled last episode, as soon as it's a text from... someone that's not you?
The god himself?
Woo!
Yep. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, last episode did a lot to elevate Taichi as a character. Mm-hmm. We're in a very tough place emotionally with all parties involved. But things are very positive. This is now an actual group. We do have an actual full team.
We are properly training and getting ready for that tournament.
Yeah, we are getting our hours in. And while we're, struggling to find places to practice and do extra stuff beyond school.
And
we're making it happen. This is working. No small part to Taichi's efforts. But let's put another foot in front of the other and just take this one day, one step at a time.
That's right. And for that tournament, maybe you'll need a perfect 3 out of 5 games because your other 2 people are new to this.
That's true.
But that's something.
That's doable.
Right.
It is within the realm of possibility.
Exactly.
But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Actually gonna draw a crowd now.
Okay. Where travelers go to part ways.
Okay.
You are now.
This is how we show up on them.
My girl is telling you looked amazing.
Yeah.
You ruined it with the children's festival part, though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes. You best believe it. I'm excited, yeah.
There's 2 or 3 dozen people in here.
Oh, she did put notes and letters to Arata.
That's okay.
Oh.
That definitely changes things.
Yeah, just lately, though,
Right.
Yeah, nothing like this has happened before. Oh my gosh.
Totally doesn't recognize
Who's this Shoujo Lev guy to the left, too?
They have more than 5 members.
That's so awesome, yeah.
I need my emotional
I need to
support.
cheer up, yeah. Oh. Do not disgrace what you are wearing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Wow.
So almost like 50 people or so. Maybe 60.
あのきつい合宿にも昨日だって寝ずに練習した。僕は上達してるはず。この中で一番和歌を愛してるのは勝って全国大会に行くんだ。何言わずに
Okay, so they go team to team for the beginning, yeah.
張り切りすぎじゃない？なんか言ってたよ。名人戦もクイーン戦も仲間なんだから慣れなきゃ。いやいや無理。
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Way to make an impression.
美しく美しく。
乙女の姿しばしとど朝ぼらけうちの代わりにしまった。お手つきだ。落ち着け。まだ始ま。
Yep, yep, relax, yep.
Getting destroyed. Spirit is broken.
Yep.
But that's actually good in a way.
But I'm surprised they don't actually,
Like it's not a choice of who faces against who.
yeah.
Oh, maybe it's you choose what the order is and then that just... You have to see how that matches up.
そういえば。またですか？
Yeah, yeah.
綾瀬にカルタ教えたやつだよ。超強えの。全国大会でそいつに会いたくてカルタ部作ったんじゃねえのか。
手を早め。岩にしてかれる時が。
Oh my god. Tying it into one of the poems as well.
Yeah.
強いやつと戦いたいだけだと思う
That's
けど。
definitely all it is.
Yeah. Let's not get distracted though.
Yep.
手榴弾って強いんですか？
Sure you
結
can.
構気合入ってるとこみたいだけど。
はい。
Yeah, it's got to be disheartening to realize that you're just there to fill a spot so that they can legally play
Right.
when you're basically like a throwaway to lose
Yeah.
every single match.
The best thing you can do is just be a decoy for
Well,
someone else.
Not quit, basically. You know,
Right.
show up to every match. Mm-hmm. You're on the team. That matters.
Dude looks like a kaiji character.
Yeah, yeah. No way!
Good job.
Oh, and
She must
now
be
he's
on cloud
really
nine.
feeling it. Yeah, that's not my name, but okay, yeah. Damn. That's game.
Mm-hmm.
私初勝利です。すごいよかなちゃん。
Yeah.
All right, 4-1.
Yep.
3-2. They're leading.
今
That's
日初め
good.
て攻めるってできた気がします。
トーナメントであと2回勝てば優勝？いけそうじゃん。
回負けたら終わりだろ。
だからやっぱオーダー順で絶
次当たる富原西高は一人だけ超強い子いるよ。
それ机くんと当たるようにしてさ。
そこまでオーダー読み切れないよ。千早。
Yeah.
僕もう帰っていいかな。
Oh.
何言ってるんですか、つくるくん。
バカ。
僕がいなくても勝ち星は足りてるし。
And this is kind of crushing.
そんなこと別に気にしなくても。
たまたま一勝できたからって調子に乗るなよ。
Whoa, yeah.
誰でもよかったんだ。
Really?
大江さんじゃなくても。違うよ、つくるくん。違わないよ。
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
全国大会で会いたいやつ
Yeah, you don't care about me.
Right, it's not because you actually want
Yeah.
to play with us.
And Taichi's not defending her.
Mm-hmm.
今日はもう帰る。テストだって近いし、昨日だって寝てないんだ。
Oh,
Right.
because he was up practicing so much for this.
一試合だけ休んでいい。でも決勝戦には出てもらう部長命令だ。あんな気持ちじゃカルタは取れない。
いいよもうあいつなんか。
駒野が悪いんじゃない。
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
カルタをしてるときはまだ
We're not playing like a team.
慣れてないんだよ。
And the music is going so hard for this
Right.
scene.
水沢高校オーダー読み上げます。
千早、 お前だけは絶対に負けるなよ。全国大会に出るための数合わせなんだよ。
クエ君があんな風に思ってたなんて。
Right.
富原西子。抜きました。えっちゃんナイス。
Nice. They're already talking like a team, but it's also distracting. They're listening.
Right.
So by them talking, they're keeping the flow.
太一と肉まんくんは取ってる。結果は五分五分な
Right,
の
but
に。
it throws them off.
練習してくよ。
集中しないと。
Yeah, and you can't focus if they're all yapping and stuff. Yeah.
だって決勝へ進む。
ここで負けたら
駒野とまた戦うために
全部無駄に。
絶対に負けるなよ。
That kind of individual pressure. That's yours.
これだけは。よし、全員。
じゃあキープしました。佐野先輩ナイス。オッケー。
She's never lost that card.
Yep.
取られた。
Get out of the rut. Get out of the rut. There's no breaks. You
Head in
have
the
to
game.
keep
Lock
going.
in.
富原西は相変わらず声が出て。
Yeah, it's annoying, huh?
実力的には怖いとこじゃないのに、声を出せばそれだけ体が軽くなる。相手を圧倒することもできる。お前も今回抜け番だっけ？
須藤先輩。タロットカード7る。これで
Okay.
対戦相手のオーダーを占おうと思いまして。
お前のその占い、8割くらい当たるからすげえよな。
このままいけば決勝は富原にオーダー気にするまでもないですけどね。
水沢が勝ち上がったら、あの髪の長い子と対戦したいな。
感じがいいだけで大したことありませんよ。敵じゃないです。
いじめたい。
Ah, we've got a proper antagonist for ourselves.
Gein-looking
bud.
bastard, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
水沢押されてる。決勝は富原にしかな。リーグ戦の時と違って全然勢いがないよ。昼休みなんかあったのかもな。
Dang.
あれか？ハルト舐めてるんじゃねえの？
Oh.
綾瀬は負けない。勝負はこれからだ。
Yeah, they
Wait.
need you.
千早1枚ずつだ。しっかりしろ。
Ah.
いつもの千早じゃない。部長命令だなんて。しっかりすんのは俺の方だ。忘れ。
Whoa, game's almost over.
6枚差ついたよ。いけるいける。
6 card difference.
You need to not lose a single one after this, otherwise you're done. I don't even know if you have 6 cards.
Yeah, I think she might just have the one left.
ないよ。
何しよう。
Dang.
失礼。
Bro, with like hit them with a power attack, not
Right.
like 5 cards. More than he needed to.
Yep. And also
Duck.
giving that break as he's coming back.
Duck.
西田。
Goose, goose, bitch.
大江さんも粘ってるじゃん。一番調子いいよ。
Yeah, she's on fire today.
千早。
You've got this.
息をするだけで勝てる。
息。
I just manually breathed. Like,
私の対戦相手。
Yeah, I
hasn't
haven't even looked
the
at her.
opponent. Yeah,
一番声出してた人だ。すごい汗。
she's
Watashi
entering
ga
the
8枚
zone.
で。
8 cards. This is winnable.
Okay.
Oh, and 2 over there.
All
So
right. A whole lot better than 1, but
yeah. So this is what, like 2? If she loses 2 more times, she's done. I
yeah.
think.
Yep. She's ascending.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa. That's
That would be so
terrifying.
intimidating.
4枚差。お手つき
Just
の
because of the
別に
change of the breathing, you know what syllable's next.
絶対あの子もエースだ。3枚差。勝ったぞ水沢一勝。
All right.
水沢2勝。
2枚差。富原西2勝。
Yeah.
It's down to you.
6枚差が。ひっくり返った。
Oh, she got lucky. It was on her side too. The next card.
Yeah.
That's the gods of Karuta looking out for you right there.
西高校2勝で
Oh.
水沢高校の勝利です。
Yeah.
やっぱり
Get the chocolate.
Well, it's rough because the other girl had all of the cards that were called from then on out were on Chihaya's side. Not one of the 2 cards that were left on her side got called.
さあ直しましょう
Statistically,
which-
statistically, most of them would be called on Chihaya's side. But
Right,
yeah.
which is also a fun way that there's sort of a built-in catch-up mechanic.
気がついてましたか
Well, yeah, you'd usually be plus minus 1 or 2. At
Right, you
most.
wouldn't have that crazy of a...
God, I
yeah.
can't imagine the stress from bending the feet backwards like that.
私たちがなかなか勝てないの
Right.
当然じゃないですかタコができるまで頑張りましょうよ
See, it's all well and good to say, but if you're playing a particular
No, but we're
fight...
gonna be here a while. We're not.
Right, we're in this for the long
We're
haul.
not using you just for this nationals here. We're gonna be here for years and years on end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did good. You both did good.
we'll be carrying our dumbass leader out here for a little bit.
畳の上で努力し続けられるやつがいい。
Something about a triumphant trumpet that just
Yeah.
takes you up there.
みんなごめん、一緒に僕も。
バーカ
Yeah, Baga.
Right.
決勝戦なんだ。
水沢ファイト
Oh, Vital. That was subconscious right there.
Yeah. Nice.
Good episode.
Yeah.
There's a lot of value in being one of the loudest, I would say, in a sports environment.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I very much like make a point of being,
Sure.
is that in a competitive way, you own the airspace,
Right.
you own the vibes a little bit as well.
Yep.
But there's a responsibility you have if you own the airwaves to make sure that you're not putting out something that's detrimental to your own team.
Oh, yeah.
So the idea that Chihaya was actually like catching him in the crossfire of her own
Right.
like bravado with this whole thing, she had communicated, I actually don't care about you performing well at the sport.
Yeah.
I just want to get to nationals.
Right.
And so it made it like very
Natural for
natural
there to
for
be
him
this.
to have this
yeah.
kind of moment there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And thus it's not
It's not just melodrama or
It's not
something. It's like, no.
melodrama.
These tournaments are intensive.
yeah. All right. This
Okay.
was a really cool kind of classic beginning of a tournament, but kind of leaning in more on the sports psychology aspects
Yes.
of Chihayafuru for an episode. Now, obviously, the relationship stuff is still going strong with the reeling from Arata's text affecting Chihaya.
Oh, yeah.
And leading to her then texting him furiously
And
with the context that she had sent him her number through the many letters and notes that she had sent over the years that he
Did
never
not reply
replied
to.
to. He
Yeah.
never responded in a text digital phone
Nope.
way either. And that had covered up a big kind of glaring issue I had with Chihaya all this time, was that it seemed to be implied that she hadn't ever done that.
Right.
And it's no, she did do that actually quite a bit.
and it didn't work.
And Arata never responded.
Right.
That is a lot of patience Chihaya has to have, or a lot of just hopium, if you will,
Yeah.
to then have somebody blow you off for that many years.
I think it's definitely
Especially
both.
also being so young, because I think
Oh, yeah.
when you're young, you lose friendships really quickly just by the natural conveniences shifting.
Oh, yeah.
If your schedule changes because of stuff that's going on with your parents or your family or your grandpa dying or what have you, you can go 3 years without seeing somebody and you're like, oh, well, I guess we're not friends anymore.
If she was not still obsessively playing Karuta, the friendship absolutely would have fallen through.
Yeah,
Right?
Karuta is what's keeping it alive.
Yeah. And it still is a lot of that hopium and stuff for sure.
Yeah.
And then that's where the show, like, not starting because we had the stuff in the past, but like restarting here is important, because that's where then that whole thing that probably had been kind of resolved in her mind of like, oh, okay, I guess, we'll still meet up someday, but
Yeah.
I guess that's just, he doesn't want to reach out right now for some reason. I don't know why, right?
Yeah. So now we're in this full team Karuta experience here. And I really liked that they had Chihaya's and also the rest of the team's kind of energy end up negatively affecting Tsutomu here because while
these are long tournaments, he's new to this, and being like when he studies and stuff and he does really well. The reason why he joined this team is because he didn't like not winning, right? You know, being the second place as far as the tests and things like that. He didn't respond too well to that. But then, when it's more we need people in order to keep the club open and stuff, and we're going to give you this crash course and everything, but we're not going to get to know you well enough to actually use your real name. When you go and you're like, all right, we're going to be playing all day for this tournament, you could end up getting pretty frustrated with them.
Yeah, there's something to say for the psychology of team sports where if you are the team captain, part of the thing you're going to have to accept is that there are going to be players that perform at the bottom rung of things in terms of overall output. Tsutomu is the bottom rung here. And it's primarily because in a lot of ways, he's not able to pick up cards through any kind of unique technique outside of just raw memorization. It's the one that will probably have the strongest end output in that at some point, probably like 6 months to a year from now, he might have a decent memorization of every single card.
Right.
But he's not going to have the sense to be able to pick them up quickly. He's going to be like, oh, I know like the first line of every single card, but to be able to know, okay, these types of little things in the way that someone speaks gives me a clue as to whether the next syllable is this or that. Right. And so he performs badly, but the rest of the team is confident because they go, oh, well, we don't need every single person to win. We just can't have 3 people lose, which so far is working out pretty well because their 3 powerhouses are carrying the team. And it sucks to be the person that's told, hey, you don't need to do anything but maybe be a human meat shield for potentially a really strong player so that when you get ground into the dirt by their skills, we have a slightly better matchup on our powerhouse players.
Right.
And in a team sports dynamic, that's brutal. That is a hit to your ego.
It's something that theoretically he could have been, they could have talked to him about this beforehand and been like, hey, here's what the strategy's generally going to be. And maybe
they probably talked to him a little bit about it, but it's still the difference between experiencing it
versus being told it.
And also the way that they didn't really try to cheer him up much at all throughout the match.
Right.
They're just like, this is good, we're doing this, and they're not going to him and being like, hey, just no, we can see you're trying really hard, it's okay.
I'm going to make a comparison to another 5v5 game in which that can be very discouraging.
Okay, make it quick, but yeah.
But like the team not being unified because one person's having a really shitty experience, that's real. That's real. And the thing is that absolutely does then have an effect on the rest of the team. I love that it was something where then, even though we maybe had several flashbacks to things that had been said just earlier in that episode, but yeah, of course it would have a big impact on Chihaya, right? Because she's sort of so like clueless in her own like heightened like high emotion, like let's go, that then when she gets basically sidelined by this, she's like, oh shoot, I'm in the middle of the tournament and I hadn't really thought about this. What do I do? And then Taichi, he does the clutch move, just being like, oh, I'm going to intentionally knock the cards way far away so that way, oh no, I'll go gather them up. Hey, you're doing good. It's okay. All right, lock in. And it's able to turn it around.
It's enough. Yeah. So in a sports dynamic, I talked about this a little bit in the reaction at the end, but there's something about when you're loud, or when you're vocal, or when you're talking in this way. It brings me back to things like Haikyuu. The domai, when someone ends up, making a mess up or something like that, is that, we win as a team, we lose as a team. Except in this sport, not as much. You have an actual way in which an individual player can carry their spot, and as long as they win, then it really just comes down to the swing state, if you will.
Right,
here
right,
in
exactly.
the middle, it's the like, okay, your win rate's about 60%, so you could go either way potentially. But if you are vocal and if you are consistently encouraging and uplifting your teammates by your words, if you have a good connection within the team relationally, those words will consistently be a boon. Now, if your energy isn't applied evenly, or it's disproportionate, or it's not welcome because you haven't communicated that, or you don't know the ways in which they like to have loud vocal encouragements and stuff, your noise and your passion and your excitement can actually be a detriment to your own team. So it's fun to see them explore this in a more drama-based sports show like this.
Yes. Talking from personal experience, there are a few things more discouraging than trying to be alongside someone who is clearly way more passionate than you about the thing, and like more passionate than you will probably ever be about the thing, right? Not even talking about like competence at the thing that, you know, like is being discussed,
just
right?
exuberance.
Just exuberance, right? Because then it's just like, okay, they're having a bunch of fun with this, and then it just makes you think about how you're not having that much fun, right? As much fun, even if you are enjoying it or something, right? Because I'm sure there's a part of it where Tsutomu, he likes the competitive aspect of it. I'm gonna study these things, and I'm good at doing that. So all right, let's give it a shot. But then, well, suddenly you realize that a few weeks isn't enough prep for a tournament of this scale, and I'm getting absolutely thrashed, and that doesn't exactly make me want to go into the next game with, full gusto, especially when, as the tournament goes on, guess what? Your opponents are probably going to get harder and harder. You might luck out and get one of the worst opponents, right? But that's what you're dealing with.
One of the times that I did Ultimate Frisbee in the more league competitive sense, there's a lot of rules in Frisbee, in that it's probably one of the most amiable sports out there with regards to the way the rules are worked. There's something called spirit of the game there, where if you're doing something that is disrupting the overall spirit of like openness with regards to the sport, you can actually get a mark from the other team that then will get presented to the other captain and be like, hey, like your player is being anti-spirited, like they're being like, a bit too much there. And I had one brought to me because of my celebrating. And it was seeming like boasting, basically, to the other team. And it ended up being a thing that ended up being told to tone it down a little bit. But I was also told that, like, hey, if you're doing this, it can also seem like you're not necessarily just boasting to the team, but it can sound like you're boasting to your own team.
Yep.
And I was like, I was trying to encourage the team. They're like, that's great. Like, we totally believe you. Yeah. But that's still something where it could get misinterpreted, because on the team, I'm really close with certain members of the team, but I'm not always going to be close with every person that I'm on the team with.
Sure. That's a great point. Yeah.
The thing that can also end up happening, and this was something that I found out not because of people telling me, but just by my own observation, is that if you stop doing that, your silence is deafening. Why did you stop? If you're inconsistently passionate in that regard,
yes, absolutely.
Are you then not kind of judging the performance of your team potentially for not doing things well because you're not celebrating them, even when things aren't going necessarily badly, but just things are just going average, okay?
Well, and for someone like Tsutomu, where yes, was very much ostracized from his peers by being a nerd and all that stuff, but like he was very high performing academically.
Yeah.
He's used to getting that positive feedback. You did great.
Even in a way that actually becomes a derisive thing because of the Desk-Tomu nerd kind of chiding,
Yeah, but it's still you are the second best at this school. Fantastic.
And that's why they say that stuff.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so then to go from that to just, his team isn't saying anything negative about him. Not really.
No, not at all.
But just no positive stuff, and, well, he's feeling the negative from the other team when he goes up against their strongest player.
Yeah, and then we had another team getting brought back into the situation here, because these are who they played back when they were younger, and now they've got a new player there who, just gonna say it, it's mostly because of how silly the emaciated, super, like, please eat a sandwich young little kid is with
Yeah.
the gauntlet, sallow, face and stuff, to then the like, I'm a shoujo bad boy.
Oh,
with
yes,
like the
for
eyes
sure.
that are permanently shut and the silver hair and that specific sultry voice, and it's like, oh God,
Yeah.
please.
Right, like it's the fantastic. Yeah, he's a person that we want to have the characters take down, but it's not purely in like we enjoy him being the heel. We also just kind of hate his existence.
Well, no, I don't hate his existence. He's just a nothing burger. If he's going to be introduced and have this immediate like, I like to play with pretty girls, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Please earn my like
Right.
desire to even like
Yeah.
watch you do stuff.
I reserve-
You have nothing going for you right now other than you're kind of pretty, and I guess that's
Right.
meant to be the point. Is
Maybe
that,
maybe a better example of what I was trying to say is, I reserve my hatred for those who are truly deserving. You're like a little deserving, but not really. Like really
Yeah.
make me despise you if you're gonna go for that. You
it
know?
just reminded me a little bit that I have full faith in this show handling its characters very well. But this is at its heart a shoujo story with two boys in a love triangle with the main girl
Yes.
character.
Yes.
Who anytime the main girl is on screen,
Everyone's like,
it was
wow, she's
is that
so
the
pretty.
prettiest girl in the
Yeah, yeah.
school? And I'm like,
But she's not like other girls. She wears
yeah,
track
I
pants.
know. She's not like other girls, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
They're not gonna just fall in for these very obvious, like boring cliche traps. Okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Or rather, not fall for the traps. They will go into them at full stride and, own
they'll
it.
slap the cards out of the traps, and then
Exactly.
hand comes away completely unscathed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. But I guess they'll be facing each other in the finals. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb,
I'm Jacob.
and we'll see you all
Next time.